Let's sing something. La la la. Okay, I really, really want to like this song, you guys. I like the echo in the background.
All I ever wanted was the open sea and sky, freedom from the life I always knew. Now all I am is haunted as days and hours roll by. All I ever think about is you.
There's a lot of auto-tune. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really want to like this. I'm only gonna say it maybe one more time. If there's a riff, then maybe if there's a point where I can really, really point out and hopefully you can hear that there's a lot of auto-tune. And I feel like this was a big mistake that they also made on Beauty and the Beast, live action that they did. There was just so much auto-tune on it. And I don't know why they're putting auto-tune on him. Like, is he a bad singer? We might have to deep dive. We might have to deep dive. Okay.
There you are, over me.
I like that.
Taking me with your song to wide uncharted waters, miles beyond the sea.
Okay, okay, okay. Maybe I was judgy. Because I have already heard this song when I did the full album reaction, and everyone kept saying, you have to see it with the screen. I even have friends that went and saw it, and they were like, no, 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 you have to see it with the screen. And I'm feeling the momentum of the music, but I see with the screen, with the beach and all the other stuff, he's starting it kind of strong, and that was my issue with this song, but it almost is suited for what I'm seeing.
Over me, taking me with your song to wide uncharted waters, miles beyond the sea. I was darkness bound, I had almost drowned, till you came around and you found me. Now I am on the shoreline, but I'm still lost at sea. In these wild uncharted waters, come find me again.
Okay.
Okay.
This actually makes me feel better because I was really sad that I didn't like it at first. But with the sound of the ocean behind it, and the song is Wild Uncharted Waters, and you can see that he's immediately coming into the scene with desperation. I don't know the scene before because I haven't seen this movie. This is literally a blind reaction. I can see now the momentum that he has goes perfect with this whole scene. And I don't know what happened before, in the scene before, but I'm assuming maybe he had an argument. I'm assuming Mom? And it was just like right into the emotion of it. So it's almost like the scene itself built the dynamics and it was already pretty high. And that's where he's stepping into this song. And that would make sense.
All I do is wonder who you are and where you'll be. In my mind your melody goes on, stronger than the undertow. The night you rescued me, silhouetted by the rising dawn. Ooh, over you, I cannot get over you in wild uncharted waters.
That is one thing for sure, is he really has a really nice open space on Wild. These wild, I mean, we're not gonna see it here because he's not live singing, but you could hear it in the recording that he really opened up his mouth and created a lot of space in there. Wild uncharted waters.
That's a little for me.
But he's really creating that dynamic that's building as we're going into this. Okay. Okay. The more I'm watching this, the more I'm gaining more respect for the song, minus the fact that it's auto-tuned. I don't know why it's auto-tuned. Hang on. We're gonna take a quick pause. I wanna see, can he sing? Because if he can sing, and there's other things of him singing without auto-tune, I'm gonna be mad. Because I'm gonna be like, Disney, you screwed this one up. You should not have auto-tuned him. Jonah, higher. There you are. Singing. Oh, okay. Is there any live? Do you have any? Oh, okay, 5 years ago.
Goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah. Okay,
And he still has that whiny voice. not in a bad way, but the whiny voice where his voice slightly yodels in between the baffled king come, instead of king come poses. So he has that whiny junction in between his notes.
Saw her bathing on the roof.
Yeah, on the, it's like that pulled back.
She broke your throat and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah and hallelujah.
Now the if he opened up more and committed to it and didn't pull back, he would have had the support that he needed for that note. And I wouldn't be surprised, because it's Disney, if they had someone there to help guide him how to vocally do what he needs to do for the recording for Little Mermaid. But this means he can sing. This tells me that if you're in a recording studio and you're doing several takes, he had to have had good takes. He had to have had good versions of all the different sections, which would mean they didn't need to put auto-tune. So why the hell did they put auto-tune? I don't get it. He sounds good to me, you guys. Well, then I don't know. I don't know Disney's issue. I don't know why they would do auto-tune. He sounded great. He sounded good to me. I don't get it.
Beyond where man can see, when your eyes outshine
Big
the
open space.
horizon line, and you're finally real here beside me. You're right here on the shoreline. I'm right where you left me, and your voice is like siren that guides me to wild uncharted waters. Okay. Audrey's feeling good about this song now. I want to hear that momentum again, because he just modulated and he did a beautiful job with it. By the way, modulation is where the whole thing goes up in key, meaning as everything just gets higher. And he just did that and he adjusted to it beautifully. Very open, very good space, very good dynamics. Okay. I'm just ignoring the fact that they auto-tuned him, because now I know that he can actually sing. So I'm listening to his voice as if there weren't auto-tune on it. Right here on the shoreline, I'm right where you left me.
And his body movements as well. I just want to point out, he's just like, oh, here I am, you know? Which is not exactly the direction that I would have thought he would go, but it vocally fits very, very well.
Your voice is like a siren that guides me to wild uncharted waters.
Yes.
Alone, just you and me, and I hope you're there in the open air. There's no map or compass to guide me, no.
There it is. There it is. Remember I said I was going to point out how I can tell when it's auto-tuned based off of anything that has like a movement. If they're doing a riff or some kind of ad-lib, that's one of the times that you can really hear the auto-tune. So it was right on Guide Me, right around that area. I'm going to replay it. Close your eyes and see if you can hear where it almost sounds as if, I mean, one way to describe it is if like you have a record, if you ever used a record player, but could imagine it's playing and someone kind of bumps it just a little bit. It slightly goes off and it sounds almost computer sounding.
I'm just you and me, and I hope you're there in the open air.
Here.
There's no map or compass to guide me, no.
It was the May. It was the May. Guide me, May. It's a little bit off. It's just a little bit off. I pointed out other spots where this happens when I did the full album reaction, which is on my Patreon. And if you love The Little Mermaid, then you need to come on over, because I also reacted to the Little Mermaid 1, Little Mermaid 2, Little Mermaid 3 is coming up soon, and the moment that the live action comes out, which From what I hear, is supposed to be a special release on July 25th and a full release on August 30th. And the moment that comes out, that will also be in my Patreon with the screen, with audio, with everything, and you get to watch it with me for the first time. We have tons of other Disney-themed things like weekly watch parties for Once Upon a Time and High School Musical, the musical, the series. We have tons of Disney-themed movies, including Moana and upcoming Tangled, and we're voting on different ones all the time. We have 2,000 members. We've grown a lot because of The Little Mermaid. So we chat a ton in there. So come on over. I will be sure to link my Patreon. It's $5 a month. I'll link it down below.
I may change the shoreline, but time will not change me.
Okay.
If it takes my life, I will finally find you again.
Okay. Okay. I want to hear that. Change me. He has that whine that goes into it. It's not change me. He kind of pulls back his tongue a little bit. Change instead of change. As he pulls back that tongue, fills in the weight in here, and that's how we get that tone that he has with the whine. The whine is more of like a stronger attack on the vocal cords, and that's where he's getting that whine from. And we heard that when we listened to a clip of him singing live with his little guitar. With his guitar. We heard him with that same whine and that same pulled back tongue feel. But he still creates enough space for this huge straight tone momentum. This is just so much more suited with the screen. I gotta say that, because when I was hearing this just vocally, it felt like he was yelling, it felt like he was overdoing the sound, and a lot of people didn't like what I said, but you know what, at the time, that's really how I felt. But now seeing the screen, it's really nice. It's really, really nice.
There's no map or compass to guide me, no. Time may change the shoreline, but time will not change me.
Straight.
If it takes my
I like it.
I will finally find you again in uncharted waters. Come find me.
Oh, I do remember that. The waters. I was like, why did we add that riff in there? That little riff on Uncharted Waters at the very end there.
Finally find you again in uncharted waters. Come find me again.
Okay, it fits. It fits. God, it's beautiful. Oh, I want to watch this movie so bad.